Coming up on News 17, disabled Rockford residents protest what could mean drastic changes in their living conditions.
And Ross Perot, is he buying his way to the White House?
Plus in sports, a look back at tonight's Bulls-Cavs game.
The news is next.
Rain. I used to hate driving in it, but that was before I got my Pontiac Grand Am with standard anti-lock brakes. Now I'm confident that if I do have to slam on my brakes, I can still maintain control. I looked at Toyota, but to get a Camry Deluxe with anti-lock brakes would have cost over $4,000 more. Pontiac Grand Am. Safety and value.
Now get Grand Am 48-month financing as low as 3.9% at your Pontiac Masters.
3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a whole year? So 5 Sunday in America take an entire year to pay with no interest, none, 0%. Get a TV, a new camcorder, a CD player. Get it now, enjoy it now, but take a year to pay 0% interest on your American charge. Computers, printers, Maytags, Whirlpools, thousands of items. Take a year to pay, no interest at American. Boomboxes, cameras, all kinds of furniture. Get it now, enjoy it now, but take a year to pay 0% interest. No interest for a year, so why wait? American, the low price leader.
No other sports sedan looks like it. No other performs like it, or even feels like it. The 1992 Buick Regal, a stunning departure from the look-alike competition. And beneath Regal's liquid contours, an impressive list of safety and performance features, including anti-lock brakes. Plus, right now with special low-rate GMAC financing, you can save over $2,000. Buick Regal, there's no other sports sedan like it. Act now and save over $2,000 at your Better Buick dealer.
You're watching WTVO, Channel 17, Rockford. This is News 17 at 10 with Monica Schneider, Steve Stadelman, weather with Paul Youngblood, and Kim Lepak with sports. Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin's leading source for news.
Could state budget cuts force disabled Illinois residents out of their homes? Good evening, I'm Steve Stadelman.
And I'm Monica Schneider. Some 10,000 Illinoisans with disabilities currently live on their own, thanks to help from personal care assistance paid by the state. Well, today, some of Rockford's disabled came out to protest Governor Edgar's proposed 6% cut to home service programs. It could end at-home care for many, forcing them into nursing homes.
It means that everything is going to be taken away from me if I have to go to a nursing home. That I'll be right back where I started from when I first got polio.
With rising health care costs, critics of the cut say it'll cost more in the long run to keep people in nursing homes. And as for who'll pay,
Medicare would be picking up the bill. So actually the government is just going to be charging itself more money if it forces people back into the nursing homes.
Those against the cuts hope to persuade the governor that it'll be more cost-effective to keep the disabled at home and out of institutions.
Well, state budget cuts forced the closing of a state-line tourist attraction earlier this year. But today, Loudoun State Park in Ogle County was officially reopened. And as Tammy Miller reports, that's good news for longtime Loudoun campers and the nearby community of Oregon.
Leroy and Evelyn Glover have been camping at Loudoun State Park in Oregon for 20 years. The Glovers were disappointed when they heard their favorite park was going to be closed this year. Now that Loudoun has reopened, the couple is back at the park, escaping from the Chicago suburbs.
We've been watching it pretty close. We've been coming out here every couple of weeks and checking and calling. And so my wife called this morning, and they said it was open, so we come out here to get here first.
Loudoun Park was scheduled to close this year because the state couldn't afford to hire another site technician. But then the Department of Conservation decided to increase camping fees by $2 a day. That increased revenue allowed Loudoun Park to hire another technician and to reopen this week.
We knew that a lot of folks come here pretty regular, and they had to find other places to go, the full-timers and one thing and another, and I think it's real nice that it's open again.
Last year, Loudoun Park collected $44,000 in camping fees. Many of the campers traveled to the park from surrounding areas in northern Illinois. That helps generate tourist dollars for Oregon.
Well, it brings a lot of tourists to the area. They like this facility because it has electric. The other state parks, their camping facilities do not have electric. Yeah.
Park officials don't think the increased camping fees will keep tourists away this year. Everyone at Loudoun is anticipating another successful season. In Oregon, Tammy Miller, News 17.
Texas billionaire Ross Perot is now 1/5 of the way to being on the presidential ballot in every state. Idaho is the latest addition. Today, Perot spoke to supporters in 6 states via satellite.
Your numbers are growing. The enthusiasm is growing. And again, just in plain Texas talk, they ain't seen nothing yet.
Money for the satellite time came out of Perot's pocket. Critics charge he is trying to buy the election. On the Today Show, Marilyn Quayle mocked him for the personal money he intends to spend campaigning.
Trust me, I'll pay for getting into office. I'll buy it, and then I'll rule.
At the highest levels,
But during today's rally, Perot responded by saying he was buying the election for the people. Well, coming up, we'll tell you about an expo in Rockford just for seniors.
And the search for a home for 2 Rockford boys.
This is News 17 at 10 on WTVO TV.
Having trouble buying a car or truck because of bad credit, bankruptcy, slow payment, or no credit history at all? Call 1-800-362-1212 and let us help you reestablish your credit and get you into a car or truck today. Call 1-800-362-1212 anytime between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. Many of you probably think you can't get credit, but can and don't know it. Call 1-800-362-1212 today. 1-800-362-1212 is brought to you by Joyce Pontiac, Toyota, GMC, Jeep Eagle in Sycamore.
Today, Nature World brings us to residential America, home of Cub Cadet lawn tractors, like this 1330. A common sight in these grassy areas, Cub Cadet lawn tractors can easily be recognized by their distinctive markings and features, like a pivoting cast iron front axle, electric PTO, and a welded steel frame. The 1330's mulching kit lets you care for your environment by disposing of grass clippings naturally.
Now, here at Northern Illinois' largest Cub Cadet dealer, Tractor Town, the big one at Chesney Park.
Stop by Eagle today and check out these great buys. Save 40 cents a pound on 5-star assorted pork chops. 2 loin, 2 blade, 2 rib, and 2 sirloin are now just $1.49 per pound. Also at Eagle, treat yourself to sweet, luscious whole cantaloupes. They're now on sale for just 98 cents each. And for delicious salads, stop in and save on our California head lettuce, now just 49 cents each. Shop Eagle today for these great buys and more.
News 17 at 10 is brought to you in part by your local Jeep Eagle dealers.
You're about to experience the power of over 14 Gs. 14262 can launch you into the driver's seat of an Eagle Talon. Get the power of 16 valves, a double overhead cam, and 135 horsepower, all for just over 13 Gs, including cash back. Eagle Talon. It's a force that'll blow you away.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
A local organization is using a unique way to help find a home for 2 Rockford boys. The Children's Home and Aid Society is organizing an open house so that prospective parents can be introduced to 5-year-old Terrence and his 3-year-old brother Ezekiel. They're just 2 of around 30 minority children waiting to be adopted. The society says the brothers must be adopted together, but there are no strict requirements for a new home.
That are willing to take children into the home and love them and care for them as if they were their own. There's no money requirement, no income requirement.
You can meet Terrence and Ezekiel at the Society from 4:30 to 6:30 next Friday, or if you'd like more information, call 962-1043.
Well, anyone who'd like more information on products and services geared specifically for senior citizens should definitely check out the Rockford Metro Center tomorrow for the final day of this year's Senior Expo. I myself stopped by this afternoon to moderate a senior spelling bee.
Carmen was indebted to her piano teacher for helping her perfect her technique. Please spell indebted. You have 60 seconds.
Each team entered in the spelling bee included 3 seniors over the age of 60 and 1 student enrolled in 4th, 5th, or 6th grade. It was just one of the fun events offered at the expo, where the main purpose is to provide seniors with timely information about health issues, recreation, and education. And I might add that some of those words today were just a bit on the tough side.
I was going to say, you're a good speller.
I'll refer to the dictionary, I think. Well, next up, Paul Youngblood steps in with that forecast.
Will this great weather hold up for the weekend?
See them, drive them, own them. Over 1,000 cars, trucks, and vans are here at one location. The DeKalb Sycamore New Car Dealer Tent Sale. 7 strong dealers all ready to go nose to nose for your best deal of the year. 20 different makes, over 100 different models make this one of the largest automotive selling events in the Midwest. Local banks are on full credit alert with aggressive low-rate financing. Save to $4,000 and more during the DeKalb Sycamore New Car Dealer Tent Sale. See them, drive them, own them.
On the Waterfront Boat Show at Jerry Sports with the 1992 Evinrude Outboards. Such deals as you get ready to enjoy a family summer. The Waterfront Boat Show today. Come see a new concept in pontoons by Misty Harbor, the world's fastest pontoon. And the new 14 to 19-foot Smokercraft Sylvan powered by Evinrude. Custom packaging, too, like a 14-foot fishing boat powered by 20-horse 92 Evinrude Outboard. And the trailer with savings of $1,200 at just $86.22 a month. The Waterfront Boat Show today at the area dealer voted #1 here on Highway 51 north in Beloit. Jerry Sports, your Evinrude Outboards dealer.
The smartest way to do your homework is Cobeco.
Certainteed replacement windows from Cobeco keep your home warmer in winter and cooler in summer. Available in many styles, Certainteed replacement windows tilt into clean, never need painting, and are installed by Cobeco's own insured crews. When you think about replacing your windows, the smartest way to do your homework is Cobeco.
The smartest way to do your homework is Cobeco.
Now, when you need them most, Necky New Home Sewing Center is offering great new values. Enjoy amazing value on 2 brand new models from New Home. Dollar for dollar, feature for feature, you can't find a better buy on sewing machines. These models are starting at only $199, but hurry, supplies are limited. Necky New Home Sewing Center is also featuring a limited supply of heavy-duty all-metal machines at the lowest price ever, only $98. Stop in today and you'll see what makes Necky New Home Sewing Center Northern Illinois' biggest and best sewing machine dealer.
News 17's Weather at 10 is brought to you by Carlson Roofing.
Well, it'd be nice if this weather would stick around for the weekend.
No kidding. I mean, today was one of those days you kind of wanted to play hooky from work.
Yeah.
Really beautiful weather. Paul, you going to keep it up?
Sure, Monica. How do you spell nice weekend? How about S-U-N-N-Y? Yes, we're going to have bright sunshine for both of the days. And temperatures? Well, I'll tell you about that in the forecast. Right now, we're not going to be seeing any stars because the cloud cover is pretty thick. 63 degrees at the hour, northeast winds at 7. Relative humidity 35%, 30.004, or 30.04 rather, and steady barometric pressure 524. Sun will rise, and 824 tomorrow night. Sun will set. 74 was the day's high, just shy of the normal 75, and a record 97 back in 34, and 42 the day's low. A little bit cooler than our normal yet, and that's going to hang on with us for some time. Record 33. Back in 1965. Well, the cloud cover, that's part of a storm system, actually, that's moving across the Tennessee and Ohio river valleys. Let's take a look at the satellite picture. I'll start with the middle. High-pressure ridge, pretty well centered over Kansas. That's keeping the midsection of the country very clear. A low-pressure center over Kentucky with a cold front sweeping down in towards the Gulf Coast is pushing rain showers and thunderstorms throughout much of Ohio, Kentucky, the Virginias. In fact, the heaviest rainfall amounts have been just over an inch, and that was pretty much in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Lexington. On the other side of the country, developing storms in the north central plains and in the southern Rockies. They will continue to develop, and they are making its trek towards the state line. Right now, just clouds, but we will be seeing in the next couple of days an increasing chance of rain showers. But that's a ways away, and I'll tell you about it in this forecast.
For more than 100 years, Carlson Roofing Company has been serving northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin's commercial and industrial roofing market. Carlson Roofing is a noted professional for the design and installation of built-up and rubber roof systems. Other services include waterproofing, roof insulation, and maintenance programs. Carlson's tradition of service will provide you with a 4-step approach to roofing, assuring you that your project will be completed skillfully and efficiently. Service, dependability, and quality. Trademarks of Carlson Roofing Company since 1888.
News 17's Weather at 10 was brought to you by Carlson Roofing.
Well, for tonight, it'll be partly cloudy, and the winds, well, they're going to be coming out of the east, anywhere between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Low around 45. Now, tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 73. That's a pretty nice-looking Saturday. Tomorrow night, clear with a low of about 48. A little bit warmer than tonight will be. However, it's still going to be shy of our normal lows for this time of year. And then Sunday, mostly sunny. We're going to wrap up this weekend pretty sweet here with a high around 75 degrees. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, well, Tuesday and Wednesday, we're looking at a good chance of rain showers, but all 3 of those days, we're going to be dropping in temperatures. We're going to be dropping down into the mid to upper 60s throughout that time period. I'll have to say one thing about doing the weather on the road all this past week. The weather was exceptionally nice, with the exception of that first day, but no storms. Back to you in the newsroom.
And lucky for you, Paul. Up next, we'll tell you about a disorder that causes some people, mostly women, to pull out their hair.
And then later in this half hour, graduating from high school at the age of 85.
Every day.
Where's my chlorine?
Day after day.
Feed me more chlorine.
Why feed your pool every day?
More chlorine.
When there's sun-stabilized chlorine.
I got a big problem.
Relax. Sun keeps pools clean and algae-free 4 times longer than ordinary chlorine.
Yeah?
And Sun's recommended by us pros.
How's the water?
For a limited time, all liners, pumps, solar covers, and chemicals are 15% off at Benson's Pool and Spa.
We've got a fiesta. Ponderosa. We got the beach. At the Grand Buffet, there's a Mexican celebration. More kinds of fun things to eat.
Build a taco and a burrito bowl at the Grand Buffet Jalapeno Flow.
It's Ponderosa's Grand Buffet, plus new Mexican favorites. Lunch Grand Buffet just $3.99. Dinner Grand Buffet only $4.99. Offer ends Sunday.
Come and get it at Ponderosa.
Fabuloso, Joe.
In the theory of negotiation, bargainers look for the win-win scenario, an agreement where all concerned parties are pleased with the final terms.
And right now, everybody wins with Cadillac's $489 a month smart lease on the 1992 sedan DeVille. That's $489 a month for only 36 months and no money down.
We're not asking you to buy American. We're asking you to try American. And may the best car win.
They compulsively pull out their own body hair. Strange as it may sound, doctors are just beginning to understand this disorder. And tonight in part 2 of Hair Pulling, Dr. Dina Dell has word of help.
For almost 20 years, Sharon Salazar pulled out her eyebrows, eyelashes, and even, at times, her pubic hair.
I felt very ugly and deformed, but I just felt like I was so strange and weird. I never heard of anybody else that had done this.
This sense of being a freak is common among trichotillomania sufferers who rarely find help at the doctor's office and try in vain to cure themselves.
I would try anything not to pull. I would tie my hands together. I'd put socks over my hands. I would cry watching my hand go to my head, and sometimes I would drink into a blackout so that I wouldn't pull.
As a doctor, it's frustrating to hear how many years patients with strange disorders suffer before finding help. But our understanding of how obsessive-compulsive disorders work is relatively new. When it comes to hair pulling, it turns out a partnership between a certain kind of psychotherapy and medication may be the answer. Stanford University doctors are using behavior modification with remarkable success.
We ask them to collect in an envelope and count all the hairs they pull in a day. That's harder than it seems. And even asking people to do that leads to a marked fall in the amount of hair pulling that they engage in.
Patients are also taught to try something else when they get the urge to pull, like squeezing an eraser for 3 minutes. Hair pullers are encouraged to focus on the pleasure of taking good care of themselves rather than the pleasure of the pull. Also, patients talk openly and often about why they want to stop. 2 antidepressant drugs, Prozac and Anafranil, may also be used to help patients. Dr. Coran says chances for recovery are excellent. His advice to hair pullers?
Recognize that you have a treatable problem. That now, in the last few years, we've some understanding of how to help you. Don't sit home alone and pull your hair. Come in for treatment.
There's so much power in just talking about it and having someone to share with.
Sharon first found help here at the Trichotillomania Learning Center in Santa Cruz, California, one of the few resources for hair pullers in North America. But at least it's a beginning. I'm Dr. Dean Adele.
The Bulls are headed back to the NBA Finals.
Scott Lieber has the great news next in sports.
Hardee's new fried chicken is in town, and we invited folks over to try it.
I think it's a very good piece of chicken.
Good, juicy. Juicy. It's good.
It's great.
How does it compare to KFC original recipe?
This is better.
I like this chicken a lot better than Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's the best chicken I have ever eaten.
Come on down to Hardee's. Find out why it's preferred over KFC original recipe 63 to 37.
And now, here's a deal that'll really blow you away. 8 pieces of Hardee's new fried chicken are now only $5.99, including 4 free biscuits.
Hey, look us over, lend us your ear. You don't need a club to beat high prices here.
California Baggy Pants, $19.99 at Warehouse Outlet. Open at 2 locations, Charles and 18th, and now in Machesney Park at 6941 North 2nd.
Ackerman's Video Specialist end-of-the-month clearance on Zenith Color TVs, VCRs, and camcorders. Lowest prices ever on Zenith. No money down financing, free delivery, plus Ackerman's award-winning service. Stop out today and save at both Ackerman's Video Specialist locations.
The Salvation Army will host a Pancake Day camp benefit from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow. Adults $3, children under 10, $2.
This year at Six Flags, answer the call to Batman, the ride. Imagine the air below, the sky above. You are Batman when you fly the world's only suspended outside looping nothing like it on Earth experience. Not even at Disney. Come, answer the call to Batman, the ride. Only at Six Flags Great America.
There's no doubt about it. Right now at New York Carpet World, the absolute best carpet sale ever. Absolute best selection. Biggest savings, 30 to 60% off. Absolutely every carpet, every brand, all included. Absolutely every style, every color, all to 60% off. Absolute best terms, credits free, no payments till next year. Expert installation, we've slashed the price. Padding costs you nothing, it's free. Absolute best sale, without a doubt. Get to New York Carpet World by Saturday night.
The Chicago Bulls are one step away from repeating as NBA champions. They advanced to the NBA Finals tonight by winning in Cleveland. And in Cleveland, the fans there, they'd much rather be like Brad Doherty here, who takes the bounce pass and jams it through despite that sore finger on his shooting hand. Scottie Pippen, the big man through the first 3 quarters of this game for the Bulls, jams it through here. This game tied at half, 45-45. Michael had a horrible shooting night for 3 quarters, but exploded in the 4th quarter with 16 points, the big hoop there. And then with under a minute to go, gets hammered and still gets the bucket and the free throw to go with it. Jordan with 29 to lead the Bulls to a 99-94 win over the Cavs.
Game. I wanted to win so bad, and I wanted to try to calm myself down and make a contribution somehow. And I was fighting myself 3 quarters, and in the 4th quarter, finally, I started saying prayers to myself. Just take your time and relax. Let the game come to you. And it did. I want to give my teammates a lot of credit, boy. They hung in there when I was shooting real bad.
What a championship series it'll be. Michael against Clyde the Glide. The Bulls, the Blazers, game 1 coming your way right here Wednesday night. Well, the Blackhawks scoring ace Jeremy Roenick has a banged-up arm and a bruised ego. Roenick worked out today with a cast on his right forearm. Speculation is he has a broken thumb. Roenick says he will play tomorrow night against the Penguins. But that'll be up to Hawks coach Mike Keenan, who last night benched Roenick for much of the game, baffling his star center.
It's always frustrating. I mean, because you think you're going, you think you're working, you're making some good hits, some good plays, and all of a sudden they get a couple goals, and you're sitting on the bench.
He, as well as the rest of the players in our club, are going to have to get better if we're going to be able to be successful.
And George Bell is remembered well in Toronto, but not remembered fondly. The Sox slugger made his first appearance back in Toronto tonight since leaving the Blue Jays 2 years ago. Now, this is one of the kinder signs that were hung up at the stadium. The other ones we really can't show you on TV. George, well, it was not Viva George tonight. George really came up empty. 0 for 4 tonight, left 5 runners on base, struck out twice, grounded into a double play. It was a scoreless ball game on to the 8th inning when Roberto Alomar whacked one deep like George Bell used to do for the Jays. His 5th home run made it 1-0. Still in the 8th inning, off of Terry Leach, Kelly Gruber dunks one down the right field line. Winfield with those big strides races all the way home. The final score, the Jays 3 and the Sox 0. The Brewers hosting the Yankees tonight. We pick it up in the 4th inning for the big blast of the evening. B.J. Surhoff, who's had a rough year at the plate so far, Not tonight. A 3-run shot there carrying the Brewers over the Yankees 8-3. So the Sox continue to struggle at the plate while the Brewers score big and often against the Yankees. Minnesota blew out Sparky's Tigers tonight. Texas over Kansas City. Oakland is shutting out Baltimore early on. Boston trailing Seattle, and it's the Tribe on top of the Angels in the 4th. Talk that Dodgers pitcher Ramon Martinez is washed up is premature. Just ask the Cubs, who got a first-hand look at him today at Wrigley Field in what was another pitcher's duel. And some great defense turned in as well, like Scott Hansen here robbing Ryan Sandberg. Doug Strange coming to the plate with one of the few big swats of the day for the Cubs. Sends this one down the right field line. He'd check in at second with a double, but the Cubs would strand him there. Scoreless ball game. Frank Castillo matching Martinez on the mound. Comes up with a big strikeout of Lenny Harris there. But with the game scoreless in the 9th, up comes Todd Benzinger for the Dodgers. Just a little tapper into center field for a sac fly to score the only run of the game. Dodgers beat the Cubs 1-0. Just 3 hits in the game for the Cubs. San Diego over the Cardinals. Montreal and the Reds are in extra innings. Pittsburgh pounded San Francisco. Atlanta over the Mets. Philly and Houston also in extra innings. Now we go out to Marinelli Stadium for Madison against the Expos, capping off this series. Joe Norris had a no-hitter. And right there, though, Mike Harge coming up with a big blast for the Expos, a solo homer. The only real highlight of the evening for the good guys. The final score ended up Madison 6 and the Expos 3. Beloit slipped by Appleton on the road. Final score there 6-5. Herschel Walker can devote all of his time to bobsledding, karate, and whatever else he wants to do as far as the Minnesota Vikings are concerned. The Vikings released Walker today, making him a free agent. And to think just 3 years ago, they gave up 5 players and 8 draft picks to Dallas for him. Walker rushed for 825 yards last season and should draw interest from a few teams, namely 49ers and the Falcons. Meanwhile, as they say in France, adieu, Mr. Lendl. Yvon Lendl, a 3-time French Open champ, was upset in the 2nd round today by Jaime Oncine of Brazil. Defending champ Jim Courier there won his match in straight sets, and 11-seeded Andre Agassi breezed to a win over Goran Perpic. Time now for our Sports 17 Play of the Day, sponsored by Miller Sharp's non-alcoholic beer. A little fun out at Belmont Park in New York today. Check this out. This horse's name is Kathy's Wedding, and I think Kathy's Wedding had cold feet today because the horse didn't want to race and nobody could catch him to get him off the track. He ran around there a couple of times, a total of 3 miles. I think they're maybe onto something here. Betting on whether or not they can just catch the horse might be more entertaining than betting on the races. And that is our Play of the Day. That'll do it for sports. Steve and Monica will be right back.
Dodge Dakota 4x4 Club Cab with an available new Magnum V8. Out hauls, out tows, just plain out works any comparable Ford, Chevy, or import compact. Now, Dakota, just voted 4-Wheeler Magazine's Pickup of the Year, has $750 cash back. So make it your choice during the Dodge Dare to Compare Challenge. See your Dodge dealer today and compare.
American. Quality furniture, the guaranteed low price, and 0% interest for a year on all furniture. 0% interest for a year on every sofa at American. 0% interest for a year on every dining set at American. 0% interest for a year on every bedroom and every ceiling mattress at American. Everything in furniture, 0% interest for a year on the styles you really want.
Offer ends 5 Sunday at American.
The low price leader.
Thank you for calling Illinois Bell. Have a good day. Oh, I mean, have a good night.
You know, with this weekend coming up and all this great stuff at Builders Square, anything's possible. There was a cover-up at the White House, and I was in the middle of it. Halfway there, Mr. President.
Good.
Be done long before that barbecue with the Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Allen.
Just doing my job, sir. You could save time, money, and maybe even your country.
Builders Square, the warehouse with everything for your house.
It's been taking a lot of dialing to get an airline ticket today. The slashes in airfare, some are now 50% lower, have brought thousands of calls an hour to the airlines. One travel agent says it's turning into a frenzy.
Well, business is also good at Janesville's General Motors plant, so much so that the plant's manager says production of its popular Suburbans is far behind demand. Customers must now wait 4 to 6 months for their trucks. As a result, employees have been working lots of overtime and more is planned.
Well, on Wall Street, it looked like the stock market might move to a new high, but the Dow Industrials were down slightly.
The Yamaha Marine Sale at Motor Works in Freeport this weekend.
When both Consumer's Digest and Kiplinger's Personal Finance magazine named Pontiac Bonneville as one of 1992's best cars, we weren't surprised. We weren't surprised because Bonneville exemplifies Pontiac's dedication to quality and safety. Now, with 48-month financing as low as 4.8%, we won't be surprised if you name Bonneville as your best new car value, because now you can save over $1,800 in finance charges alone. See Joyce, Ken Harold, Ken Nelson, or Jack Wolf Pontiac.
I really love waking up.
There's no one like you.
Feels like a day for a change.
Wonder what you will do.
A Burger King Qua sandwich for 99 cents. That's what I'll have. Look at all that great stuff they put in it. And it's only 99 cents.
What do you say? What do you say?
Fantastic. A Burger King Qua sandwich for breakfast, and it's only 99 cents. It's a delicious morning.
Right away at Burger King now. Just ask Bob, he's the one.
Tailor-made quality is easy to afford at the Golf Shack. The Tour Preferred is just $89.99. Coyote New Tech golf bags are $59. You wanted to hit the new wide-body drivers, the Golf Shack makes it easy at just $69. The Dexter Oakwood is just $39, and a full set of Dynatour clubs is $99. Top Flight XL2 balls are $14.99.
Golf Shack, the best name in the game. Just ask Bob.
Here I am saying goodbye to another Heil air conditioner. Heil is so dependable, I may never see this guy again. That's sad news for me, but great news for you. Here's more good news from Heil.
Buy a Heil air conditioning system from A.G. Holfelder, 965-9134. With over 40 years of dependable service in the Rockford area, call A.G. Holfelder, 965-9134.
Despite concerns it wouldn't take place, a time-honored tradition at a Rockford high school was continued today. Some 230 Boylan Catholic High School students took part in graduation ceremonies in their beloved gymnasium. Earlier this week, it was thought a fire that caused extensive damage to the gym would prevent this year's graduating class from getting their diplomas there. Well, the gym was fixed up just in time for this afternoon's ceremony.
Well, Thelma Morosic of Eau Claire, Wisconsin just graduated from high school at the age of 85. Ron Krybeck has the story on this older, unusual grad.
Thelma Morosic is no spring chicken, but she is a high school graduate at the ripe age of 85.
I was in doubt all the way, it seems like all the way through every study that I took. I was in doubt as to whether I was going to make it or not.
Thelma dropped out of the Eau Claire school system in the 20s after a run-in with a teacher. She came to regret the decision over the decades and finally, 4 years ago, decided to enroll in a local GED program. Yeah, she was rusty at first, but except for those algebra formulas, Thelma breezed through the coursework.
I don't think the mind ever deteriorates that much. I think the mind...
It takes more than a sharp mind to receive your high school degree 70 years after you last opened a book. You need to be motivated, and Thelma was by her late mother, a school teacher who always urged her to get an education.
I wanted to do it because my mother was disappointed when I quit high school. No, I don't think so.
College is not in Thelma's future plan. She can't afford tuition. As for finding a job, she's realistic about her prospects in this recession-plagued economy.
I don't think there's too much demand for people in their 80s to go out and work.
Thelma may not land a job, but she will serve as an inspiration to others.
I would say this, if I can do it, so can the other guy.
In Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Rob Krybick for NBC News.
It's never too late.
You got that right.
That's our report. Thanks for watching.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday on our new set.